देखिए हर खबर यहीं पर। सब्सक्राइब कीजिए TV9 भारतवर्ष।
Sir, recently we have seen that there was an outbreak case of COVID at INS Angre in Mumbai. We have seen that even the Chief of Defence Staff praised the Navy for controlling the spread of the pandemic in the naval ranks. Sir, can you tell us how many cases are there in the Navy and how has the Navy controlled the spread of this menace in Mumbai and other places?
As you are aware, Maharashtra is the most affected state, and because the Western Naval Command headquarters is at Mumbai, and as INS Angre, where a lot of our in-living sailors stay, one of them actually came down as a positive case, and so instantly the entire sailors who were staying in that Angre block were all quarantined, and we also undertook testing of each of them, even those who were asymptomatic, where tests were not required, but yet tests were done. So currently, as we speak, there are about 26 cases who are yet admitted at INHS Ashwini. Some of them are asymptomatic, and some of them showing symptoms of various, COVID-related symptoms. And so that is the situation. So we have successfully fought it just by very strict quarantining measures. The DGMS Navy, the Director General Medical Services Navy from here, has also issued the standard operating procedures and what he calls the OCTAD plan, which are these 8 different things to be done in order to avoid the spread of COVID. So that is how we have been successful in controlling it.
And sir, is there any case is there any case in any of the operational platforms of the force?
That's a good question, because we are quite concerned, in case it were to spread to ships, because as you're aware, the world over there are a number of countries where ships have been affected, and the atmosphere in a ship is so tight and so close-knit that, one guy getting it can actually lead to a number of them getting it as well. But fortunately, what has happened is that as of date, there's not a single case from any of the ships. In fact, the Western Naval Command has taken very, very strict measures. What they do is that even prior to the sea sorties being undertaken, they're kind of watched for about 14 days for symptoms. They are screened thoroughly before a ship sails. Because unfortunately, if it happens, say, while at sea, then even to disembark him might take some time. That might end up resulting in a spread. So, as of now, no cases.
And sir, now we are hearing that the Navy has been asked to prepare for evacuation of Indian citizens from Gulf countries. So have you identified the number of ships which would be required to go, and how will it be done, sir?
See, insofar as aid to neighboring countries is concerned, and bringing back our own Indians who are there in such a situation is concerned, the Indian Navy is ever ready. In fact, right from day one, each of our commands, the Western Naval Command, the East, the South, and Sincan in Andamans and Nicobars, has kept ships ready with medical items loaded for any kind of support to be rendered. So one of the things that you asked me about bringing back Indians from various countries, the Ministry of External Affairs is working out what are the exact numbers to be brought back, how many of them want to be brought back, and so on and so forth. So we have been asked to be ready. The Department of Military Affairs is coordinating it all, and so we are ready. As and when we are tasked, the ships would sail.
And how many ships would be ready, sir?
Oh, we have kept about 14 ships ready. 4 on the Western Naval Command, 4 in the Eastern Naval Command, 3 of them in the South, and a couple of them in the Eastern Naval Command. In the Andamans and Nicobars Command. So we've got number of ships which are ready to move.
And sir, one thing you talked about how the big navies like the US Navy have been affected by coronavirus, and it has impacted their operations very badly. Now, when our ships go to evacuate citizens from Gulf countries, would there be a risk of spread of the disease in our ships? Or what precautions can we take to avoid that?
That's a good question. In fact, our ships, before coming to that specific point, when our ships are deployed, I must tell you that we have not touched a single port when deployed for, say, the Gulf of Aden or for Ops Sankalp in the Strait of Hormuz. In fact, the ship which is now there, Sunaina, in the Gulf of Aden region, has not touched the port for the last 70 days. In fact, by the time she comes back by end of the month, it will be something like 90 days. She would have been continuously at sea without touching a port. The Western Naval Command supports these deployments through a tanker, providing them fuel, the rations, and whatever is required. So that is one plan that we have successfully executed. The other thing is that when we evacuate personnel, the threat of COVID spreading, or if anyone were to be positive, there is a lot of measures which have been worked out, the standard operating procedure, what we call that. What is the kind of screening that has got to be done before a person embarks? What is the kind of isolation which is to be carried out on board, whether they are positive or not, and not mixing up with the crew of the ship and with only the essential crew sailing, because obviously it's an evacuation which is required. So only what is essentially required, that lot of sailors and officers would sail, and not the whole lot. So these are the kind of steps that we are planning to take as and when this is implemented.
And sir, we have seen that the Indian Navy, though inland it is fighting the coronavirus pandemic, in the seas it's operationally very active. Can you tell us how you are keeping the Navy operational?
Yes, as I mentioned, the Western Naval Command and the Eastern Naval Command have gone out of their way to ensure that there is no spread of this pandemic on board ships. So there is a proper procedure which is followed prior to a ship being deployed out for any operations. So our mission-based deployments in all corners of the Indian Ocean region have continued, and so we don't have a single case as yet. And we also have a procedure in place for vacating that individual or airlifting him ashore in case they were to be found. So we can't actually let our guard down. So every mission-based deployment, every forward deployment, every coastal security deployment, every offshore security deployment for the offshore development areas, all of them are continuing unabated.
Sir, we have seen that in the past many years, the Indian Navy keeps a hawkeye on the Indian Ocean region, and we have seen that the Chinese keep moving around our areas of interest very frequently.
Yeah.
Are we tracking any movement at this time, sir?
Yes, in fact, they regularly deploy ships for the anti-piracy escort force. As we speak, the 34th APF is in the Gulf of Aden, and anytime the 35th APF should be entering the Indian Ocean region. We expect that to come in, say, in another 3 or 4 days. And there are research ships that hang around all across the Indian Ocean. So it is our fundamental duty to keep tab of anything that is happening in the IOR. So it's not just the white shipping. We also keep track of the dark ships. We also keep track of all the warships, irrespective of which country they belong to.
Sir, a few months ago, we had asked a Chinese research vessel near the Andamans to go back or go out of our area of interest, EZ. Yeah. Any such activity, sir?
No, currently no. In case anybody, these are all as per UNCLOS. If somebody comes into your EZ and does a scientific research, we politely tell him you're not allowed to do this, except without the consent of the local government. So if that is not approved, we would politely tell him to please don't do this.
And sir, lastly, we want to know what are the Navy's plans to provide help if required to any of the neighboring countries? Which all neighboring countries have been identified?
Oh yes, so we have got, we in fact have been the preferred security partner for this entire region. I mean, there are lots of things that we do, whether it is the joint EZ patrol for a number of countries, whether it is the coordinated patrols along the international maritime boundary lines. All of those with the countries are continuing. We also have plans in place for provisioning medical aid as well as any rations and things like that the maritime neighbors might require. When I mean maritime neighbors, it is from the southern edge of the west coast of Africa right up to Australia and includes everything in between. So we are fully prepared.
फिक्र आपकी सोमवार से शुक्रवार रात 9 बजे सिर्फ TV9 भारतवर्ष पर।